Yo, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Packet Live PKT Roundtable. Got Jeremy, Josh, Jesse, Caleb. Happy to be here with you guys. What's going on?
Yeah, just watching the pump and dump on crypto.
Oh, yeah, is Bitcoin free falling?
Yeah, it just went up 7%, and now it's down 7%.
It's funny, we called that classic bait and switch, huh?
Yeah, not surprising.
It's actually really funny what I'm seeing here because gold did this and oil did the opposite. So when oil pumped for a second, gold dumped, and then gold has just popped back up to where it was, and oil has popped back down to where it was.
Maybe there's a finite amount of money in the world, and when you're just moving money from market to markets, that you eventually have to take your money from here and put it over there. I don't know.
Just crypto, the dump on crypto corresponds with, okay, no, I'm reading this wrong. The dump on gold dumped down when oil went up. Oh, yeah, I said that. No, I'm sorry. Gold, am I reading this right or not?
Well, you have three commodities, right? You have gold, you have oil, and then you have crypto or Bitcoin.
Right. And oil's just hit 100 on a downward Brent. It's just hit 100.
Gold 115, right? It was up at 115, I think.
Looks about right, yeah. I'm just using
I noticed that when I went and filled up my car today. Yeah, I don't need to look at a chart for that one.
Yeah, no, for sure. Yeah,
I heard that it hit $10, almost at it like 960 in LA.
No,
I mean, probably one. There might be one.
Yeah, there's one guy. It's got to be that Beverly Hills gas station. That's
it's the one. It's over in East LA on Cesar Chavez Avenue, kind of in the not directly adjacent, but nearby Dodger Stadium. And there's this one gas station that just is the worst gas station ever. It's basically.
But it's crazy that people are buying gas at that price. I mean, obviously, what are you gonna do? But
you need gas.
Drive 5 miles to a different gas station.
Yeah, true. I would assume not a huge amount of people are stopping there, but no, the gas is like for the mid grade is now over $6. Usually that's like maximum $5, and you might find it at $5.50, but now it's like over $6. $5.50 at like the highest, maybe during the pandemic, but now, and it had gone all the way down to like the mid fours, and now it's up over $6. So I would definitely say gas in California is up like $1.50 a gallon. So you basically say it's up 30% in the last month.
It's so
here it's $7.50, but it's always about that.
But is that $7.50 a gallon or a liter?
Yeah. I just converted it to gallons so that it would be the same. Yeah, $7.50 a gallon, which is about €2 a liter.
Got it. Yeah.
Yeah. When I was driving north, when I was down south, and it's surprising how much the gas here in Santa Cruz is a lot cheaper. Like maximum $5. I did see like a 590 somewhere. That was like a Chevron right off the freeway, but like everything's like between 4 and 5.
When the war broke out in Ukraine, it was a couple of years ago, some Russian guy did a live stream, and he just pointed the camera at his stove, and he just had the stove running like a gas stove, just to troll all the Europeans because natural gas was expensive here. And it was just a stove and rock music. That was it. That was the whole live stream.
Just a big. Well, everybody who's got electric cars are probably pretty stoned.
Yeah, I mean,
it's also got to fill up his truck. It was $130 to fill his truck up to go 300 miles.
Yeah,
electric is good as long as you drive it enough to pay back the initial investment in the battery.
You can get a car. You can get an electric car for zero down.
Yeah, but you're still, you're paying it. There's a loan in there.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's like any ownership of any car, right? Even
Well,
if like
for me, you buy a used luxury car from a grandma that used it to drive to church,
Yeah.
and then you get the special deal. But then what you get is what you get. You got to drive around in a Cadillac or something like that.
Yeah, look, I mean, you have to factor in all your numbers, right? So it's like if you lease or buy an electric car, it's going to increase the energy expense on your home because you're charging it, or you're having to stop for chargers. It still costs money to charge your car, So it's might be incrementally less than gas now, but it also could be incrementally more. I've seen like my parents' energy bill has definitely gone up having an electric car for sure. It's gone up by 40%. But if you take that and extrapolate it out, is it more or less? I mean,
Well, it depends on if you have solar panels too on your house.
Depends if you have solar. It depends if
a lot of
gas is $6 a gallon or not. So there's a lot
What
of
do you guys pay for power?
It's outrageous here.
Yeah. No, it's going up.
Here up in Northern California, you pay like anywhere between 40 and 50 cents a kilowatt hour. And the average kilowatt hours is around 500 a month.
At 60 cents, you just buy a diesel generator. I think that's the number.
In San Diego, like in Southern California, it's anywhere between I think 60 and 80 cents.
Yeah, no, just buy a diesel generator at that point because it's actually more expensive than generating it. And I can see why you'd buy solar. Solar is just brilliant at those numbers. So here it's like 21 cents, but there's nighttime rates where they'll sell it that it can get down into the 13-cent range at night. So something I found out was that you can actually save like $50 a month just by having a battery and no solar panels at all. Like a $2,000 battery and an inverter, and you just feed it at night and then use it during the day, and that way you pay the nighttime rate for all your power. So that's an interesting thing.
That's what our dad does. He's got a battery, and he sets it up to use the battery during peak hours only. So even though he has solar, but peak hour in California is at night, between 4 and 9. And so he just runs it when the solar stops working, the battery kicks on and he uses the battery. And then when the peaks are over, the battery shuts off and he's back on, the grid.
It's also a lot cheaper if you just plug it into your neighbor's house and pay zero. It's
or even cheaper if you plug it into the light fixture that the city operates at the corner and just run your whole house off that.
Did you guys ever see that video of that woman in Europe and she's got a Tesla and she pulls up to some dude's house and just plugs her car in, and the guy comes out, he's like, what the fuck are you doing? She's like, my car ran out. What do you want me to do?
I saw that video.
He's like, I don't give a fuck. Not my problem. She's like, it's okay. He's like, no, it's not. It's expensive. And she's like, don't worry about it. And they get in this all argument.
Yeah, it's so funny. He's like, are you out of your mind? You just pulled into my driveway and used my Tesla charger?
But yeah, if you have an electric car, it only really you'll save money, but it really saves a lot if you just plug it in at your house, because then you're paying 13. I think it averages out like around 13 cents a kilowatt hour opposed to 48 cents a kilowatt hour at a charging station. And some of them are 75 cents a kilowatt hour. So dude, basically paying
that's worse than diesel. Diesel, once you go past 60, it's worse than
although diesel is more expensive per gallon now than regular gas.
I like to just pay for the luxury of stopping at a gas station, filling up my car, and driving away within 5 minutes or less.
The reason I'm talking about diesel is because yes, it is more expensive than gasoline in a lot of cases. But and I'm using the numbers in my head are based on French diesel prices, which is even higher than what you're paying. The reason I talk about diesel is because diesel engines are 40% efficient and gasoline engines are pushing 30. So even at the price difference, that's why the price difference, you don't see like long haul truckers running with gasoline engines, because it's still not worth it.
Right.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, we definitely shouldn't spar with you on anything engine related, because I know that what you do with your spare time is watch engine building videos on YouTube and study gasoline and diesel efficiency. That's like a fun Friday night for Caleb. So yeah.
Yeah, something like that.
Well, do we want to do a quick if there's any updates? I know we wanted to keep this one short just because lots of work to do today.
Yeah, for sure. So we're on the, finish line here with closing our deal, which is exciting. We are unclear on the exact like firm closing date yet. So, but we're still targeting try and get it done end of the month. We'll see. There's a lot of paperwork, obviously. Contracts are very close to being completed, and yeah, we're just kind of like flying towards the finish line here. Everyone is pointed in the right direction, and there's really no like specific impediments other than just the workload required to get it over the line. Including in the purchase price is obviously the capital for operating, and then there will be a effort to really capitalize this thing at a larger level once we've taken possession of it, which will really give it the growth capital to, launch next year. I think just as a result of the date getting pushed back from like October to March, I think we're pretty clear that it's going to be a, Q1 launch at this point. But there's still a lot of things that we'll be doing. The launch is almost like immaterial because there'll be a lot of stuff that we're going to be doing in the lead up, and the marketing will commence prior to the launch anyway. So that'll be, part of our, part of our effort, if you will, is, building a public publicity profile for the platform, and then, and making sure that we can also drive specific amount of marketing. In terms of on the packet side, there's also an effort that needs to be taken to really clarify the synergy between the project and the platform, and refreshing, the Packet Cash website. And there's just a lot of work that needs to be done there. So it's kind of like an effort that we'll have to pick up the a laboring oar on as we head towards summer, and doing the best that we can to make sure everyone understands from a marketing standpoint, what some of the synergies are between Packet and everything we're doing on the entertainment side. So that'll be a creative effort. Obviously we don't have like all the answers right this second, but that's I think where we go. And it is cool because this whole effort obviously is birthed from Packet, and the fact that we've been working on this for so long. How do we build community around it? How do we activate and justify marketing around it? And so this is really kind of the antidote that we've come up with that creates a big enough profile that like everyone's heard of, that we're excited to kind of bring it to market again, be able to start talking about it. It's just gonna be fun. It's really gonna be fun. Whereas in the past, it's always been such a grind to try and get awareness and get, whether it be celebrities or influencers or KOLs, to kind of like, get involved on the Packet project. And we've done great work for sure over the years, but this is going to have a different type of draw associated with it. So I think that gets us, that's been getting us all fired up.
Yeah, no, there's just tons of opportunity and so much inbound, it's always been us just like chasing people down and trying to get meetings and trying to get people to give a shit. And so this kind of just like really flips that on its head, and bringing Packet to where the people are as opposed to vice versa. So yeah, lots of work to be done, and to get this thing over the line. It's definitely not an easy feat, and there's been some sleepless nights, but we're we're definitely on track, and yeah, can't wait to kind of flip gears into like working on it as opposed to putting the deal together.
Yeah, indeed. There's the other piece of it is on the creative front. There's like a whole, well, we're not like revealing the name and whatnot yet. There's a whole like creative effort that we're really excited about as well, with regards to, and in our case, because we're looking at it from a platform and a service standpoint. We're not focused on like, oh, let's make a movie or let's do a TV show or something like that. But there's obviously a lot of people that do focus on individual TV shows and movies and what have you. But what our focus is going to be on is channels, and we're going to be focused on creating, many different original channels. And so we're talking to huge brands, whether it be lifestyle brands, whether they be, networks, whether they be, product brands. Like we're talking to a lot of different brands that could be a channel, that have a recognizable logo, that could be a channel, and then coordinating how to onboard the amount of content required for one channel to be programmed, which is approximately like 300 to 600 hours of content. And so let's say somebody said, hey, I want to create a channel, but I don't have, 300 or 600 hours of content. So then it becomes this effort of identifying where that content that's synergistic with that brand could come from. So it could come from libraries, it could come from YouTube influencers or people who have archives on YouTube. It could be licensed content from people who have created other shows or that have many seasons, for example, or like coordinating with a big library rights holder who has, thousands or tens of thousands of titles that could allocate a certain type of programming to a channel. And then depending on the popularity or visibility of that brand, it could involve also bringing in a celebrity or a strong influencer or several to coordinate as, either a promotional effort or just as an identity connection to that specific brand. So like, for example, if you've ever seen the 50 Cent Action Channel, I believe it's on like Roku, and that's a partnership between 50 Cent and Lionsgate, where they allocated a certain amount of content from their library, created this channel. It's the 50 Cent channel, and then 50 Cent promotes it. And those channels, they make millions and millions of dollars in revenue per year. So just taking celebrity, pairing it with a library. So that'll be a whole kind of creative effort that we're focused on as well. And because of the profile of those individual channels and the types of, celebrity and influencer and KOL and, folks that are going to be involved specifically, that'll again help raise the profile of the platform. And again, it all kind of like ties in as well back to, to Packet. And then the other big piece is sports. And we've talked about that on a couple of these live streams as well. But sports is going to be a big factor. And we really want to focus on pay-per-view sports and making it possible for people to get access to live sporting events, because of there being such a fractured ecosystem around sports. Like you could have 10 different streaming subscriptions and still not figure out where the game is. And you may be, for example, a Paramount Plus subscriber, and the game is on CBS, which is owned by Paramount, and you can't watch the game on their app. It's just like, because it's split up regionally and locally, and it's just sometimes extremely difficult to figure out where the game is. So we're working on a strategy to make it possible for people to watch these games on our platform. And because that'll entail a transactional element, we're excited about incorporating crypto into that as well, which could be, a really nice use case, like utility use case around sports. And so many people watch sports. And it's not just focused on American sports either, or just North American, popular sports. In fact, even taking North American popular sports and potentially taking them internationally. So we're looking at a lot of different stuff that can happen in sports, and excited about the potential on the transactional basis and utility basis for incorporating crypto into those rails. So those are just a few little hints of how we're looking at this, and how big this could potentially be as we turn this corner.
Yeah, I mean it's massive.
Stay tuned.
Stay tuned. We've been saying that for a few years.
Yeah, we're all staying tuned as well. So don't you worry.
Yeah.
All right, cool guys. Well, thanks for showing up today. It's gonna be a short one, and yeah, we'll be here next week, same time, same place.
Indeed.
All right. Have a good one.
Cool.